Good morning, Young Living. My name is Leslie and I'm excited to bring you part 2 of our diffuser training series. So, I'm going to talk to you about these 3 deluxe Young Living diffusers, and we're going to start first with the Aromalux diffuser. Now, the Aromalux is an atomizing diffuser, and it has so many features that set it apart from every other diffuser that I've talked to you about in the previous video. First of all, it's different because it doesn't use water. That's right, it's straight essential oil when you're using this. So let me show you what I mean. You take off the lid, boom, look at that. It hooks straight into your essential oil. So this obviously is a diffuser for people who are very serious about their aromatherapy and getting the benefits of those essential oils. One of the other things that sets it apart is the versatility. You're able to get so many different usage settings with these 4 control knobs, and I'm going to come up to the camera a little bit closer to show you a little bit more of what I mean and how to use this powerful diffuser. So first we've got the power button right here. So this is how you turn it on and off. Once you turn it on, there's a volume button, and that does not mean volume for the music. This one, it's a workhorse, okay? It's not going to sing, it doesn't dance. It's got a light, but that's about all the frills that this one has. This one is just for getting oils into the air in a powerful way. So the volume is going to set how much oil is coming out. And then right under here you have the timer. So if we set the volume to the center and then turn the timer to, the timer here is in hours. So it can go anywhere from 1 hour to 10 hours of continuous use. Now, if you don't run out of oil. So we're going to set the timer for 5 hours. Now, during that 5 hours that this diffuser is on, you can control how it's operating during those 5 hours. So the other 2 knobs you have here are time on and time off. So let's say during those 5 hours, we can set it, these 2 knobs are in minutes. So we can set it to run continually for 5 minutes and then rest for 5 minutes. And so throughout that whole 5 hours, it's gonna run for 5 minutes and then rest for 5 minutes. There's so much versatility here. Now, there are a couple of things to know about the Aromalux diffuser. If you set it full tilt to run 10 hours, top volume, running for 20 minutes is the maximum, and then resting for 1 minute, and then running for another 20 minutes, it is going to go through your oil at a pretty good pace. So just be aware. Let's talk about the anatomy of this diffuser a little bit. Even though it's not an ultrasonic diffuser, it still has these 4 little feet. There you go, now you can see them. 4 little feet on the bottom of the diffuser. And that is to stabilize it. They're little rubber feet, they're a little bit squishy, and it also is to cut down on how much noise it's making. Now, this one, it's all motor right here, so it definitely has a hum to it. But again, it's just something to keep in mind and to be aware of. On the inside, when you first get your diffuser, it won't be, the lid won't be attached. It comes with 2 different size straws. It comes with a short straw and a long straw. One if you're going to use a 5 ml bottle, and a different one if you're going to use a 15 ml. I love the versatility again. So don't worry about cutting your straw to fit the bottle you're using. I've gotten those calls at member services. It comes with 2 different sizes, and you can order replacements. So then you select the oil you're going to use, take the plastic orifice off the top, the little dropper part, and then you screw the lid right on top. Then you secure the lid into the Aromalux. See the shapes, how they kind of line up, so that helps you. There's no way to put it in wrong. It won't go in if you have it pointing the wrong direction. You just press it down, make sure that it closes the seam there, and then you're ready to go. Now I'm going to turn this on for you guys just so you can hear what I'm talking about. You know what to expect. It definitely has a hum to it. You can hear the motor. So let me plug this in, and then we're going to push power. See how this vapor, this atomizing, it's atomizing the essential oil. That just means it's breaking it into, or it's dispersing it into those small particles so that it can be easily mixed with the air. Okay, so that's what it sounds like. Just so that you're aware, you don't think that oh, why is it so loud? That's the motor. That's the sound of a properly functioning Aromolux. Now, I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit, the volume of how much oil is coming out. Hear that? So that's where we do get some confusion sometimes about the volume being how the diffuser actually sounds, because they do correlate. It's how hard the motor is working. All right, next one. Let's go to the Rainstone. I love this diffuser. This is like the rock star diffuser around the call center. Everybody who has one, it's a total status symbol because they're so cool. I just love the look of it. It's unique from the rest of our diffusers. It is an ultrasonic diffuser. So let's talk about the anatomy of this one. It does have a clay base here. It is heavy. It is breakable. Okay, so be careful. This is not one for the kids' bedroom. It will shatter if you're not careful. It does have stabilizing feet on it, and that also helps to get air into that fan there. Here's where the power cord goes. We're going to talk about the inside of this one because, again, it's very unique, the way that you fill it. This is actually the only one, I think aside from the Personal Mist, the only one that it's recommended to mix the essential oil into the water before you put it into the diffuser. So it's got a little lid. You take that off if you're going to use this one. And on the inside of the well, you can see, do you guys remember from the last video? It's got that little black knob is the minimum fill line. So you've got to have at least that much water in for it to work. And then that red stick is the max fill line. You don't want to put water in above that. This one comes with a little pour cup to fill it, and it takes about 2 cups to get it up to where you want it. Now this little thing right here is the air intake valve. Now we talked about air intake valves last time and how you do not want to get water inside of them. So this one has a clever design. You can actually close it while you fill it. It's going to arrive closed, and then you've got to fill it, put your oil, your water in, and then press down on this little lip to open the air intake valve. So it will not diffuse because it won't have proper air circulation if you don't have this open. So if you just got it and you're excited to try it out and it's not working, try that. 90% of the phone calls I've gotten about this diffuser were not working because the air intake valve was closed. But that's also in the directions. I think they've got pictures too, which is probably the only reason I know that. Okay, so you put your water, here's a little cup, comes with a little pitcher like this. You pick your essential oil you're going to use and you put it in here. Make sure your air intake valve is closed. Pour the water in, at least to the minimum fill line, so it's going to take about 2 cups. Try to save some for our Aria demo. Pour it in. Open the air intake valve. Put this back on, and I'm actually going to turn this one on so that you guys can see what it looks like when it's diffusing. You plug this in. These two have the unique feature of coming with a remote control. I love that because I'm able to use this in the design of a room or, you know, as a showpiece and control it without actually being close to it. Now that is a two-edged sword because you cannot turn this diffuser on without the remote control, so don't lose it. Alright, another thing to know about the remotes, you need to point the front of the remote at the sensor on the diffuser. So this sensor is located inside this mesh cage right above the Young Living logo. You can kind of see it, it's got a little red dot there. So on the remote, it has a control of how long you want to diffuse for. So if you just turn it on, it runs for 8 hours. You can control it to run for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, or 6 hours. The mist, you can turn the vapor off and on. You can turn it off and just use this as a light. It has an ionizer, which is really cool. So if you turn the ionizer on, what does it mean? It just, ionization has to do with the charge of the particles. So if the ionizer is on, then it's going to attach to odorants, possible allergens in the air, the vapor particles will cling to those and pull them down out of the air, which is nice. And then there's an LED control, so you can control which color light is on. If you don't bother that, then it's just going to cycle through all of the colors, all of the color options. So now we're going to do something a little bit risky. I'm going to turn this on and turn the lights off because you can't really see it with this fabulous studio lighting that we have. So wish me luck. There we go, it's on. Okay, so here's the first color, green. It's got orange, it's pretty purple, and then off. All right. Yay, I survived. I found the light switch. I was a little worried about that. So let's move to the next diffuser. The last one we're going to talk about today is the queen of all diffusers, the Aria. I love this diffuser. I feel like having one of these at my home just turns any room in the house into a spa experience. I love it that much. So let's talk about how it's built and how it works and all the pieces. When you first get it, it may require some assembly. So this little piece, it looks like a funky umbrella right here. This is just a splash guard. So it keeps the water from bouncing off of the ultrasonic plate and splashing all over your glass dome. This other funny piece is guarding the air intake valve that's right here. So you hook it, it goes just like that. Voila. On the inside of the water well, you can see there's a minimum fill line, so you've got to have at least this much water in it, and a maximum fill line right there. It's not a giant red stick like the other ones because they didn't want to mess with the gorgeous aesthetic. Now here, this little black dot that you can see, that is the sensor. So you want to have your remote pointing at the sensor in order to turn it on. Other cool things, it has speakers. Yes, this gorgeous diffuser will actually sing to you, and that's what I'm going to turn on in just a second. If you don't like this song, the little melody that it plays, there is an aux-in cord. You can actually plug this into your iPad or to any music playing device that you have, and it'll play whatever you want it to. So I love it for that reason as well. Let's put the splash guard back on and talk about one more important thing. Okay, so occasionally it'll happen that you notice your Aria is not diffusing as much as it used to. You'll see that the vapor is collecting on the inside, but it's not actually traveling out the way that it has in the past. It might be because the mouth of your dome here is in line with this air valve. They can't be directly lined up like this, or they're going to cancel each other out, and the vapor will just collect on the inside. So just offsetting it just a tiny little bit, making sure that your dome is still secured within the lip there, but just offset it just a little bit, and you'll see that vapor start to travel out. So let's go ahead and turn this one on. Can you guys tell I'm so excited about this? So we're going to add water. You can put a few drops of your favorite essential oil in here. I'm going to move it over. Plug. Okay. Ta-da. All right, can you guys see how fabulous that is? I'm going to turn the light off just a little bit. Here we go. And cycle through the colors. Okay, now I can't see which color, which button it is. All right, melody. Okay, so let's talk about the remote before I turn the lights off so I can tell what I'm doing. All right, so there's power on and off. There's a 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour setting. There's melody off and on. So that's what I did when I was fumbling around looking for the light button. I turned the melody off. So you can turn the music on or off. You can control the volume of the melody. So I'm going to turn, oh, there we go. I'm going to turn it all the way up. And then, so there's volume plus, volume minus, and then the button I was looking for, K, which is controlling the lights. So again, just like the rainstone, if you don't bother it, it's going to cycle through. Or you can select your favorite color. I hope you guys have enjoyed this quick video about some of our deluxe Young Living diffusers. Please leave your comments in the box below and ask any questions that you have. My name is Leslie, and I am thrilled to be a part of the training and education team to answer your questions and create content to empower you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys soon.